Hi. Hey everyone, how's everyone going today? I hope you can all hear me. I've been having a bit of difficulties with my StreamYard as of late. Hello to that one person who's in the background, and I know that my mum will be listening. So hey mum, how's it going? I'll call you after the live if you're listening. But no, today's topic is going to be about how some people think they have, like, okay, I'll be honest with Priscilla Presley. Okay. All right, for starters, I don't believe she should be able to use the Presley name because she divorced him. And also, apparently, while Lisa Marie Presley was alive, she did not want her mother to be buried at Graceland. Now, that's understandable because, she was Elvis's ex, and they were exes from 1973. Now, Elvis apparently passed away in 1977. When I say apparently, is because a lot of people out there believe that Elvis didn't die on August 16th, 1977. All right. So, that being said, according to countless interviews that woman has done, hey, Ozzy, hey, Mac, if you're still both in here, well, Ozzy's just come in. Hello. The thing is, though, is that apparently, like I said, in countless interviews that Priscilla has done and lots of articles that she's written, she has stated that Elvis wanted her back. Now, she didn't want to go back because she didn't want the life of a husband that was always on the road and, apparently sleeping with all these women behind her back and all this kind of crap. Now, the thing is, though, upon Priscilla being the executor of Graceland, so to speak. Unfortunately, Lisa Marie Presley passed away before Priscilla did. So Priscilla put in a request that she wanted to be buried at Graceland alongside Elvis Presley. Now, unfortunately, I can't bring up the picture of the original, as they say, the original Presleys, which was known as Dodger, which was Elvis Presley's grandmother, Vernon's mother. So she was a proper Presley, but again, by marriage. Vernon Presley was a Presley, like by blood. Also, hey, Kitty Witty. Also, there was Gladys, who was Elvis's mother and Vernon's wife. And then there's Elvis. Now, Elvis was buried in between his grandmother and his dad, which he did not want. He wanted to be buried next to his mother. Now, his mother is on the other side of Vernon, I believe. And yet, Priscilla put in a request, mind you, after Lisa Marie had died. That being said, she has now been granted permission to be buried. Hey, Woo, how's it going, sweetheart? She has now been granted permission to be buried at Graceland. Now, not only does she want to be buried, like I said, not only does she want to be buried at Graceland, she also wants to be buried next to Elvis. Now, if anyone out there would look at the meditation garden, as they call it, at Graceland, there's no room for her to be buried directly next to Elvis. Now, am I insane to think? Hang on. Yes, that is true. His grandmother, Dodger, passed away in, I think it was 1981 or 92. She was the last of the Presleys to pass away, so to speak, as far as like immediate blood. Now, I think it's absolutely disgusting and will be disgusting if they decide to dig up either Elvis's grandmother or Vernon, because Priscilla wishes to be buried next to Elvis. Now, how is that fair that she wouldn't go back to him in life, but she thinks she has the right to be buried next to him in death? Now, I personally don't think it's a good idea. Exactly right, Andy. She has no right to be there at all. And I was going to talk about this yesterday, but I talked about it with my mother a bit yesterday, and I just got more clarification on it, because it's like, if my parents divorced, all right, and my family came from money, and there was like a plot for the Wellses to be buried, and then my dad unfortunately passed away, and then when my mum, and I was left in charge, there's no way in the world, and I mean no way in the world, that I would allow my mother to be buried next to my dad, considering the fact that my dad was in his final years begging her to come back, and she kept on refusing. Now, we don't know the whole story of to why Priscilla would not go back to him. We do, because she didn't want to be with a man who would always be on the road and cheated on her and all that sort of shit. She wanted to be Elvis's only woman in Elvis's life. Now, regardless of what anyone thinks, I think Elvis from Hawaii, Aloha from Hawaii onwards, that's when I found him attractive. I didn't think in his army days, yes, he had a very, 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 very sexy smile. And that is something that carried him throughout his whole life, that I can, in movies and in concerts and stuff like that, it was never staged. His smile was always legit, and he had a beautiful smile. Yes, exactly right, Ozzy. They're exes for a reason. Now, like I said, I've actually come across a few people who think that I'm horrible to think that Priscilla should not be buried there. Like she should be. She should be with her family. Well, then go be buried near your parents. Simple as that. I don't think she should be able to, for Riley to give the permission to say, yes, Grandma, you can be buried next to Grandpa. No, I think it's absolutely disgusting, because Lisa Marie stated that she didn't want her mother buried there. Now, I don't know what this is when Priscilla eventually passes away. No disrespect when I say that. I don't know what's going to happen to Graceland then. Like, yeah, okay, given she opened up Graceland to the public and all this kind of stuff. But you got to remember as well, yeah, she did that. And everyone's like, oh, Graceland would be a pile of rubble now if it wasn't for Lisa Marie. Sorry, it wasn't for Priscilla. Hey, Jodie, how's it going, sweetheart? I think personally that Graceland, regardless of what people, this is all my own opinion, everybody, so please bear with me when I say this. Elvis was when he wasn't on stage, as far as I know, he was a very private person. Priscilla opening up Graceland to the public, while people think it was great and nice and all this sort of crap and stuff like that, it was a safe place where he could get away from the pressures of doing movies, pressures of doing concert after concert after concert, touring. That was his place where he could basically put his feet up and chill. And for Priscilla to open up those gates to the public, I personally think it's disgusting. Like, I've never been to Graceland. I have no intention of going to Graceland. And because who can afford a trip like that? Fuck, that would be a trip of a lifetime. And if I ever had the opportunity to do that, I would take my mum and my brother with me, 100%. But it's hey Mac, welcome back, sweetheart. I saw that you're in here before I started, and yeah, I'm sorry I didn't. Yeah, but I personally think it's in poor taste that she now wants to be buried at Graceland. She has done countless interviews disrespecting Elvis by saying, "Oh, he cheated. He was on the road all the time, and I wanted a marriage." And it's like, well, and people turn around and say, Oh, well, she knew what she was getting into when she got with him. And it's like at the end of the day, she was 14 when she first met him, and she was 16 when she moved out to Memphis. Now, in saying that as well, so that's my latest thing. In saying that, or I say just between us, but I personally think it's disgusting that she now wants to be buried there. Now, I'm like I said, I might be out of line. Yes, he did. Apparently, he did. Yes, Mac. But the thing is, though, regardless if he cheated or not, you know, they were divorced. You know what I mean? They were married in 1967. They were married, and they divorced in 1973. Now, I'm not like the thing is, like I said, people when they say she was, you know, she would have known what she was getting into at 16. You're in love, you're naive. I was naive at 16. I know I fell in love with the wrong person. I'm not saying Elvis was the wrong person, but in saying that, so many things have come out like about Elvis, like the fact that there was a movie back in the 80s, I believe. That's what I say, I believe, because the movie was made and it was called Elvis and Me. It was based on the audio book of Priscilla Presley's um, recant of her life with Elvis. Uh, yes, exactly. And okay, no worries, Mac. Yeah, cheating, drink. I don't think Elvis drank though, as much as people think. Drugs and couldn't put up with. Yeah, exactly. I couldn't put up with that. No fucking way. You know, but at the same time, when you're 16 and you're in love, some people, not all people, but some people are blinded by the person they're in love with, whether it's a male falling in love with a female or a female falling in love with a male or male falling in love with male or female falling in love with female. It doesn't really matter. When you're 16, you think that, you know, when you're in love at 16, you just think that that's it, that's your person. But in saying that, like I said, you know, like I don't think she has any rights to be buried at Graceland. I personally don't think she does. Yes, she did a lot for Elvis after he passed away. According to records, he passed away in 77. Yes, she did a lot. But you've got to remember, guys, for my opinion again, is that how much money did Priscilla make by opening up Elvis's safe place to the public? You know what I mean? Excuse me. If you have a difference of an opinion, please, 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 I'm going to invite, put my link in here. All right, I'm not putting any pressure on anyone, so please do not feel as though that you have to do this. If you have a difference of opinion that's different from mine, or it's the same, please feel free to pop up and have a chat on panel with me, because I would love to know other people's opinions on this, because I think the fact that, like I said, according to Priscilla, Elvis was wanting her back and she wouldn't go back while he was alive. So why should she get the rights to be buried at Graceland and, of all things, to be buried next to him? Now, I don't know if anyone wants to come up and share the way that the burial plots, original ones, before Benjamin and Lisa Marie passed away. If you wish to come up and show that picture, I would absolutely love that. But if not, it's fine. I love that. But it's like the old saying, if you can't love me at my worst, you can't have me at my best. Exactly right, Ozzy. I couldn't agree more with that, honey. But like I said, I'm just at the point now where it's making me more and more angry, because it's like Lisa Marie didn't want her mum then. And Lisa Marie passes away and Priscilla kicks up a fucking stink and she gets her way. Now, I personally think she's a vindictive cow. No, Kitty. She wants Priscilla I'm going to call her. You know what? From here on out, she's not Priscilla Presley to me. She's Priscilla Beaulieu, and that's what she should be known as. Because Elvis stated that he did not want Priscilla to use his surname for wealth and fame, and that's all she's done since then. Well, no, and that's why I believe she never got remarried. It's because if she got remarried, she would have to more or less drop the Presley name completely. I don't know how it works in the States, but there's a lot. I know a lot of people who were married and divorced and all that, and they used their married name till they got remarried. I respect that, but when you're using it to gain wealth and fame, so you can discriminate against someone who was wealthy and famous, it's disrespectful. Sorry, guys, I've got to put myself on mute. I've just got a cough. And I'm back. Exactly right, Ozzy. Priscilla Beaulieu would be absolutely nobody without Elvis Presley. Now, there are a few people out there who think that I'm only attacking Priscilla. I'm not attacking her. I'm just voicing my own opinion. And like I said, I've dropped the StreamYard link. If anyone wants to come up and voice theirs, you're more than welcome to. And that's what makes me angry though is that she has in everything that she's done. Like I said, she released a book known as Elvis and Me, and it was obviously her story about her life with Elvis. Hey Oscar, how you doing? Spelt my name wrong, but it's all good. What I'm saying is the fact that I think it's disgusting that, like I said, she wrote the book, and this is a trigger warning. I've got to start putting these up on when I set up the lives. She claimed that Elvis made love to her in a rough way, and it wasn't the R word. It's just in a rough way. But in her movie with the same title, Elvis and Me, she claims that Elvis R'd her. Now, it's for me personally, if I'm going to read this is when I could, when my eyes were good. When you read a book and then you see a movie based on that, and you know that the author of said book is actually, what do you call it? How can I put this? Is actually on the team where they're writing the screenplay or they're producing or whatever. She was part of the movie. You would think that she would correct that error, considering the book is different from the movie, even though most, if not all of it, is exactly the same as the book. A lot of it is different with the wording of things. And I think it's disgusting. Hang on, what's happening with oh fuck, Oscar, please get well soon, and yeah, sending prayers your way, honey. I hope you recover soon, and thank you for tuning in when you're sick. I really appreciate it. I hope that you're gonna have some entertainment here today, wherever you happen to be in the world. But like I said, I'm so sorry to hear that, Oscar. Sending best wishes and healing powers, sort of thing. Um, but yeah, I just think that, like I said, Elvis is and always will be, in my opinion, an amazing singer. When he would sing certain songs, like in the Aloha from Hawaii, when he sings American Trilogy, I personally think that was the best version of it. Yeah, well, let's just hope that you know, it doesn't interfere with people's life too much if COVID is rearing its ugly fucking head again. Yeah. But like I said, anyone is welcome up on panel if you want to voice your opinion. And like I said, if it's different from mine, then that's completely fine. Don't feel as though that you have to not come up here because your opinion is different from mine. It is completely fine. I'm completely welcome to have a different opinion than mine. It's completely fine. But I just don't think that Priscilla has any rights to be buried at Graceland. I think that she should be buried elsewhere. For anyone out there who has had COVID more than one or more times, I'm sorry to hear that. And if you're going through it like Oscar is at the moment, I wish you all a speedy recovery, because from what I've been informed of, it's a horrible, horrible, horrible thing to go through. I personally have never had it, but I have been like, sick. I've done the test and it comes back negative, whether it's reliable or not, who the fuck knows. But yeah, all of you just stay safe and stay healthy, please. Especially with Christmas fast approaching. Just think, this time next month, hang on, let me just check the date. Yep, this time next month, Christmas will be over for another year. And I just hope that we don't have a scorching hot summer here in Australia. But I think about the people in America who are enjoying a nice cold summer. I would love to be able to enjoy a cold summer. Cold summer. A cold winter. I would absolutely enjoy that. I don't think the vaccines do shit, personally. If you're going to get it, like, you get COVID whether you've been fully vaccinated or not. You know what I mean? So, pretty fucking scary. But no, back to what I was saying about the situation that's happening at Graceland. Like, I just think personally it needs to change. That when excuse me, I'll keep saying it. Priscilla does not deserve to be buried there at all. Yeah, when I got the first jab done, I was in pain in my arm for like fucking ages, and I mean ages, and I still can't. Like, I can't lift things anyway, because even though I had the surgery for carpal tunnel, my left hand is still pretty fucking weak, and it's pretty fucked up. I'm not actually sure, Kitty. Get this, get this. Oh, but don't forget, you got to get a booster. Then you got to get a booster for the booster, then a booster for the booster for the booster. It's just hot. Oh yeah, for those who didn't tune in the other day, this is off topic of the Priscilla situation. Um, I personally am going to be having eye surgery whenever I get the letter saying this is when your surgery date is. For those who don't know, I suffer from an eye condition called keratoconus. That's keratoconus with a K, not a C. And my left cornea is shaped more or less like a cone, where everyone else's is shaped like nice and smooth. Mine's not like that. My cornea is basically kind of like a bubble wrap, if that makes sense. And it's like it bulges, and they're going to put me on the transfer list to get that. So fingers crossed that comes around soon. Um, I'm scared for it, because I don't want it to interfere with a holiday my mother and my brother are taking me on in March. But if it comes down to it, without being too bitchy towards Aussie, because I'm going to be meeting up with her, which I can't wait for. But I see it as that if I get told my surgery date is for the in between those dates when I'm supposed to be in Melbourne, as much as I want to go, I'm going to be doing the surgery, because I am over not being able to read things properly. Um, My favorite Elvis, if I okay, back to Elvis now, just so you all know that I'll be asking for help around that time, because I won't be able to do a lot of things. When you have a corneal transplant, you're not allowed to do any heavy lifting. You're not allowed to do much looking down. You're not allowed to do a lot of things when you've had a corneal transplant. And it could be different everywhere, obviously, but yeah, I'll be on pretty much no lives when I'm recovering from that. But yeah. Thank you, Ozzy. You're an absolute sweetheart. I adore you. And but like I said, it comes down to the fact that, well, with my favorite Elvis movie, if I had to choose one, And this is where I'm weird, is that I have two. There's Roustabout, and then there's Change of Habit. Now, Change of Habit was the last movie that Elvis did, from apart from, like his Elvis on tour, but that's not necessarily a movie, you know what I mean? Or This Is Elvis didn't even star him. But what I'm saying is actual movies. I believe it was Change of Habit. If someone wants to research that, please let me know if I'm right or wrong. I'd appreciate it. But yeah, Change of Habit. He played a doctor, and my mum and I like my mum enough. I'm going good. Um, yes, like I'm not into religious music or anything like that, or everybody's entitled to have religion in their life if they want to, and I support people that believe in God and all that sort of stuff. But my point is that was my favorite movie, and Elvis looked very, 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 very handsome in Change of Habit. He can be like my mother and I have said on numerous occasions, if he was my doctor, whew, but I'm like hands off. And she goes, "Oh, I loved him first," and then I'm like, and I use that thing like from The Nanny where they say she loved him first, and she goes, "Yes, but I'll love him last." And I was like, yes, he could be my doctor any day. That's for sure. And but no, it's just like I said, there's a time and a place for everything. And so I love, if you happen to ever come across this live, you've had your time. You're not going to be. If I had a choice, she would not be buried there. And like I said, if there's anyone who's able to help me share my screen, I would love for someone to come up and actually show a picture of the burial plots that are actually at Graceland, and then someone can hopefully tell me where Priscilla hopes to be buried next to Elvis in that sense. Um, like I said, Lisa Marie did not want her mother buried there. So when I hear things like that, and I'm just thinking, why is Riley overriding her mum's wishes of not having her mother buried there? That's like Riley, if they people that don't know, Riley is the daughter of Lisa Marie. Lisa Marie tragically passed away earlier this year. And yeah, so why is it that Priscilla is now wanting and being approved to be buried there? It's disgusting. I don't think she should be allowed to be buried there. I'm sorry, but I don't think she should. Oh no, no, I'm just no worries, Kitty. If anyone's able to come up and just show a Google image of the burial plots, like Aussie, can you help me, please? It's up to you. If you're busy, then don't worry about it. But no, I just think that what people need to do is that people need to just stop thinking that Priscilla is the reason that Graceland exists today. Because don't forget, like I said before, Graceland was one of the places where Elvis could go and be him, put his feet up, chillax, and what have you. You know what I mean? And then Priscilla thought, oh, well, hang on a second. And then she opened up Graceland. Yeah, okay, it's great that she has not ever allowed the tours to be carried out to go upstairs. That's something, okay? But I still don't think that she should have opened up Graceland to the public. I think that she should have just left it as the meditation garden. I think she should have done a lot of things differently, but who's to say that the next person wouldn't have done the same? But it boils my blood. I'm trying really hard not to swear today, guys. But hey, if you want to come up and swear about your opinion, then feel free to. I'm not going to stop you. But what I'm getting at is the fact that I don't think that she has a right to be buried there at all. Whether her ashes are there or not, I don't care. She has no right to be there at Graceland at her final resting place. Welcome back, Mac. I don't think she has any rights. As someone who loves to gloat about Elvis wanted me back, but you never went back. If you went back to him, obviously, you would have got remarried. You would have done a lot of things differently. But here's the thing, you didn't go back to him. Oh, no, that's okay, Aussie. It's all right, sweetheart. So tell me this much, okay? Like, I think it was Aussie that wrote, I wouldn't want to be buried near my exes. They're exes for a reason. I do believe that was Aussie that said that. If I'm wrong, I'm so sorry. But I personally think that she is an opportunist, if that makes sense. Like, she takes any opportunity to drag Elvis. Like, how many of us out there, honestly, there's 4 of you in here. How many of you out there, and if you want to leave your comment after the live, that's fine too. How many of you out there, honestly, think that she deserves to be buried there? She is despicable. Name a single, like her father, when Priscilla's dad passed away, all right? I used to follow her on Twitter just to see what she would have to say about Elvis this week. Oh, sorry, it's no longer called Twitter. It's now called X. But my point being, though, okay, her father passes away. Now, instead of thinking, I'm going to put a picture of myself with my dad or my child, Lisa Marie, and her with her dad. Oh, fuck no, she didn't do that. Sorry, I couldn't help but say that one. She didn't do that. Oh, no, no, no. She posted a picture of her dad back in the day, a picture of her with her dad with Elvis. Now, that for me screams wrong. Oh, I've got a guest. And it's Matt. Hello, darling.
Hello.
How you doing?
How are you? Not too bad.
Okay, I've got to turn my volume up again because I can't hear you properly.
I don't know if it's mine or yours or.
Well, no, it's mine. My volume on this is. But yeah, what's your opinion on Priscilla being buried at Graceland?
I don't know, really. I mean, she did do a lot for the estate, I guess, but then again, she also went against the granddaughter, and there was some big court case.
Yeah. You just muted yourself.
Yeah, I know. Sorry.
No, don't be. If you just apologise, don't be.
Sorry, I just swiping this. Yeah, no, I didn't really have much of like an opinion. I mean, if the family agrees to it, then sure. But I don't know. Did she didn't really did she trash talk him that much?
Oh, she nearly every single interview. I just think that when you're in a relationship with someone who's famous and then you just talk about them constantly, I personally think it's in poor taste. But that's that's just my opinion. She made the movie Elvis and Me, and different phrases of how their love making happened and stuff like that. Like, 1 minute it's rough sex, and then it's like in the movie it's the R word, and it's just like, well, which is it, love? Not every rough sex means it's the R word.
Yeah, I know.
You know what I mean? So it's like, if you
Yeah.
read the book, you hear, he made love to me in a rough manner, no way that I was used to it. Right? That's how you read it in the book. But in the movie, it sees her going backstage to one of his concerts, and she's saying that she's leaving him. Like, what a great opportunity! What a great time to tell your husband that you're leaving him when he's about to go on stage.
Yeah.
And she goes, "Oh, well, you." He goes, "You picked one hell of a time to do this," and she goes, "Well, you picked one hell of a time to me." And it's like, hang on a second. In
Oh.
your book, it's something different, but in the movie, you're making him look more like an asshole. Like, I'm an
Yeah.
Elvis fan,
Yeah.
but I'm sure if like, she uses his surname for just about everything she does. Like, she released Manchester, like, betting quite a few years ago, and because it had the Presley name, mind you, the only pale blue sheets and
Yeah.
pillowcases all in one, and she charged nearly $900 per thing.
What the hell? Just because it has Presley
Yeah,
on it?
yeah, and it didn't have, as far as I know, when you opened it up, it was just like a plain pale sky blue sheet that you could get from Kmart for like $8. And what? Because it had the
Damn.
Presley name on the tag. Like, I, for one, when I buy sheets, I rip the tags off because they irritate the hell out of me.
Oh yeah, for
So,
sure.
so I just don't understand how, like I said, I've copped a lot of backlash from a few people, but I just don't think that she has any right to be buried there. Like I said, if she went back to Elvis when he apparently, according to her, was begging her to come back, then by all means, you have every right to be there because you were with him. But she wasn't even with him, and that's just sad.
Yeah, exactly.
And,
But
sorry to cut you off. Then there's Linda Thompson, who was
was
married
that the?
to, pardon?
Wait a second. Was Thompson the one that he had an affair with, or?
Oh, no, he got with Linda Thompson after he divorced Priscilla and all that sort of stuff. So I don't think he was sleeping with her when he was married to her, so no.
Okay.
But she was married, for those who don't know who Linda Thompson is, she was married to Bruce Jenner before Bruce Jenner became Caitlyn and before he married Chris.
Oh wow.
Yeah, she released either a book about, she incorporated Bruce and Elvis in the same book, but she talked about how there were times when we couldn't eat because we had to make sure we were paying attention to Elvis because he was known to choke on his food. Now, I, for one, as an Elvis fan, I didn't need to know that. You know what I
Oh
mean?
wow. Did you
So
see
that's
what
why
Kitty?
I'm sorry.
Did you see what Kitty just wrote in chat? Like she asked, wasn't he shooting TV with guns? Get the fuck out of here! I wouldn't be putting up with that.
Yeah,
Did he shoot
exactly.
TVs with guns?
Yeah, he used to shoot the TV if he didn't like what was on.
Ah, far
Mm.
out.
Sorry,
I
but if
guess
I
he
was
could
sitting
afford
with
to
someone,
replace them.
if I was sitting next to someone on a couch and suddenly, oh, I don't like what's on TV at the moment, so you know what? Instead of just turning the TV off or changing the channel, you know what? Nah, fuck that. I'm just going to shoot it.
Shoot it.
And I'm going to sit there and go, wow, that was exciting. Yay.
Oh,
No, I'd be out of there quick smart.
I think it's like the only times I won't think about shooting the TV is every time there's an election rolls around and you continuously get the same election ads over and over and over and
Oh,
over
yes,
again.
that's when I just don't watch TV. You know, when election time's happening, I just turn the TV off and think, yep, this is the best option. Because I might have
Like the
people come over and they might want to watch a movie, so I can't really shoot my TV.
yeah.
Yeah.
Or
Just
what's the other thing? There was this really annoying campaign they had a few years ago. It's like, we can't take another year of labor. And I'm like, I threw the remote at the TV because I was so sick of hearing that bloody thing.
yes. It's very frustrating. It's like regardless if we all, like, I love that fact in America you get a choice whether you vote. In Australia, once you turn 18, you
You're
can
stuck.
drink, you can vote, you can do all this crap. I think we should, excuse me, we don't even get the government we vote for anyway, because at the end of the day, it's basically what the government wants. It's not, we don't really get a voice. You put your numbers into that ballot paper, they say your vote counts, but it doesn't.
Except for who funds the campaign that has the most sway. I would reckon.
Sorry, I
I
didn't get
reckon
that quite.
whoever funds the campaign would probably have the most influence.
Exactly right, and like I would love it if they actually, like, where the community housing I live through, every time my pay with my pension goes up, so does my rent. All right. So when people go, oh, but you got an increase on your pension. Yes, but guess what? That gets taken out for rent straight away. Well, not straight
Exactly.
away, over time, like if it's in between rent review time, and then when rent review goes up, so does my rent if I've been given an increase.
Oh,
And
totally.
it's bullshit though.
Oh, hey,
You know,
Bluebird.
Well, hey, Bluebird, how you doing, sweetheart? No, I'm just at the point where it comes down to the fact that, the government here in Australia is fucked.
Oh, totally.
And I'm not ashamed to say that. I'm actually proud to say I'm an Australian, but our government is run by fucking clowns.
Oh,
Because
yeah,
it's like,
clowns.
for me personally, and it's bad to say this, I never wanted to get any of the vaccines for COVID. I never did because, hey, if they could invent a vaccine that supposedly prevents it, how come so many people that have had more than one dosage have had more than one case of COVID? And how,
Exactly.
and how were they
I
able
couldn't
to?
agree more.
Thank you. And it's what pisses me off as well is the fact that they were able to come up with this supposed vaccine within a matter of months of COVID being around, but they can't find a vaccine or any kind of injection out there that can help people who are dealing with day in, day out of cancer, HIV,
Yeah,
AIDS.
that's fucked up.
Yeah. I'm glad you said it like that. I'm so glad you didn't go, oh, that's messed up. I'm like, no, 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 no. You're going to say fucked up on my channel if you think something's fucked up.
Oh, yeah,
But
no,
it's fucked.
it's really fucked because my friend worked in the government job, so she had to get the vaccine, or you can't work there anymore. She got it, and I swear every 6 months she's had COVID more times than I can count.
It's fucked, eh?
Yeah, and
They get a
I can't
vaccine that supposedly prevents it, but yeah, if you get it, I'll be honest with all of you, I've only had the first lot, as in the first dose, and after that, I got sick as a fucking dog, and I refused to get any more. But I had to get that first lot done, even though it was against what I believed. I had to get it done so I could get this first lot of the surgery done on my left hand, which was no help.
Yeah.
But
Oh, wow, Kitty. Kitty, you knew someone who ended up in hospital on a breathing machine, was vaxxed, yet said they got a vax. What the fuck? Damn, Kitty. That's
yeah,
horrible.
fuck. So
Oh,
I hope I'm not out of line. I've got a very dear friend named Van. She comes in here and I'm chilling with Van. She's had COVID quite a few times and she's been really, really, really sick with it, as well as her family. And it's like she's in a different part of Australia than me, but I just get like anyone that's had COVID that I know. But the thing that pisses me off is the people I care about most, Aussie, Van, Kitty, hearing that's pretty fucked up, doll. Hearing that sort of stuff, I feel like a piece of shit because of the fact that I can't do anything to help them. You know what I mean? And she thought
what?
she was.
What? Hang on, I'm reading chat for a second.
Yeah, she thought the vax stopped her from dying. Okay. So
Okay.
who? If she thinks
Well,
that. Oh, she
riddle
knew. So
me.
it wasn't Kitty that ended up in hospital. It was someone she knew.
No.
Oh
Riddle
fuck.
me this. How come someone like me who couldn't have the vaccine, immune, certain people with disorders were exempt. It was really hard to get, but you could get it.
Yeah.
I've never had it, and I've never had COVID. Go figure.
Yeah, I've only had the first dose and I've never had COVID either. I just know that when there's COVID around my area and stuff like that, I make sure I stay home and I don't go anywhere. But it's like, it's a scary, scary thing to think that, like, my grandmother who passed away 12 years ago tomorrow, I said to my mum, and I was really worried that I was going to offend her when I said this, but apparently I didn't. So, time will tell. Hey, mum, if you're listening in the background. I just said straight out to her, when it comes to these sorts of things that are happening, I'm glad that Nan passed away when she did, because who knows how she would have coped with it, because she had an irregular heartbeat. It
Oh
makes you
fuck.
think, would she have been able to survive it if she got it?
Oh,
It's a scary, 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 scary world out there, and when I was a kid, my worst thing was worrying about was getting a sniffle,
oh
you
yeah, I know,
know.
right?
Mm.
Oh my god, Ozzy, I'm so sorry.
Oh, me
There were
too, honey.
heart problems from the vaccine. Damn.
So
Oh,
this is
I
what I
knew
mean.
someone
It's
who
like, is the government trying to kill us
got
off, like
eye
the ones that are
problems.
good? Well,
Yeah, exactly.
actually, when I think about it, I've actually, since my first dose, when I think about not trying to play competition here, Aussies, please believe that. I'm looking at it and I'm thinking that's probably around about the time I got the jab, was around about the time that my eyes started fucking up. It
That
might have been
wouldn't
before that.
surprise me because my someone I knew, older gentleman, family friend, he got the COVID vaccine, and then like a few days after, he had the veins in his eyes like um went, I can't remember if they popped or went to shit or something, but he had to go and get his eye operation on, and that was like 3 or 4 days after the vaccine.
Fucking hell.
I know, it's messed up.
Yeah, I think that the vaccine, like
For
Aussie just
weeks.
wrote, it wasn't tested enough.
It really
And
wasn't tested enough, Aussie.
yeah, and obviously COVID's been around for a very, very long time, longer than any cancers and longer than any HIV or AIDS or anything like that, because they're able to supposedly come up with a vaccine that prevents you from getting it. Now, I get the flu jab since I came down with pneumonia a few years ago. I get the flu jab, and my doctor has told me until further notice, you have to get it done every single year. Now, I get the flu jab because I'm used to that. I've had the flu jab since I was 17. So, and I'm now 41. Fuck, that makes me
Yeah,
feel ancient.
exactly. It was a
So,
mess.
I'm used to the flu jab. I'm used to the side effects that could come with that. When it comes to the COVID jab, you can shove that in your own arm because I ain't fucking touching it anymore. But no,
Oh man, I'll tell you what, I couldn't agree more with Kitty Weddy about not wanting to help old people into get treated in nursing homes. Man, I have a story about that.
oh,
I
if you want to share it, go for it.
Okay, so relative was mine was in um one of the nursing homes, and I won't say where, but about, God, was it 2023? 3 years ago, right? This is one of those like nursing homes that's supposed to watch the smokers when they smoke.
Yep.
And wear aprons. Well, the nurses there, they weren't watching my relative, and this relative of mine was confined in a wheelchair. She was
Yeah.
out there having a smoke, right?
Yep.
And so the nurse went on her break, right, and was only gone for 20 minutes. And my relative had, by pure accident, it means they can't walk or anything or really move, um, dropped the cigarette on their clothes and went up and literally on fire
Holy
and died
shit.
from third-degree burns.
Oh, I'm so sorry that you had to endure, like, oh my God.
Oh, and it had to go to the coroners. Uh,
That's
Deaths
fucked
like that
up.
are investigated by the coroner's office, and they're investigated, and shit all happened, and that's pretty much it. Yeah.
I'm so sorry you had to lose a family member that way.
It is what it is. I mean, uh, it's they're understaffed, and
Like,
how do I
you
put
get
this?
treated more with respect when you think about it. Just touching on a little bit of true crime here. Ivan Milat got chemotherapy when he was diagnosed with cancer, and there are people out there, like, no disrespect when I say, there's people out there in the community who, like, I lost a friend from lung cancer, but yet she was struggling to be able to get transport to and from, chemo. And yet there are people in jail who kill numerous people who get that transportation to go to
Oh,
and
it's
from.
messed up. Thanks,
It's
Kitty.
fucked.
It is fucked. I mean, really, but then I don't even. It's messed up. I think it's because if I took a gamble at a reason as to why that is, it's because the prison system has a legal duty of care to the prisoners, and so they kind of have to give them that treatment.
Yeah, but you see, the thing is, though, all the elderly people out there, if there is any, I do apologise if I'm rude, But the thing is, though, there are elderly people out there. They deserve care too. They deserve more care than some son of a bitch who went and killed backpackers. You know what I mean? So what
Oh,
I'm
I
getting at with
totally
that
agree.
is that we wouldn't be here if it wasn't for those elderly men, elderly women fighting these wars that we're fighting and still fighting to this day. Like, we're fighting for freedom all the time. And where's their respect? Where's their duty of care for them? You know,
Oh, right,
and
100%.
it just fuck, it makes me so fucking angry.
Oh, for sure. But like, it's it's the it's the legal it's the bigger, like, the big nursing home corporations, right? They've got the money for these. I forget what they call them, insurance lawyers or some sort of lawyers. So even if something does happen, why by the time you pay court costs and fees, you just won't get anywhere with it anyway.
Exactly right. Couldn't agree more. I just think that that's why I say how our government's fucked.
And they have a cap on damages for negligence. I think it's about 200,000 or something. But then you look at all the lawyers' costs, and it'll cost this much, and then of course the longer it drags on, the more it costs. So you could go there, you could win, and only end up with maybe $200 by the end of it.
That is very true. Because if lawyers see dollar signs, they're there for the fucking taking.
Oh yeah, definitely.
It's like hungry fish at feeding time.
Yeah,
But
exactly. I reckon that uh the only ones that really have any sort of where there's a actual, like, in terms of paying them, guidelines that have to be followed is if the court appoints
yeah,
a public solicitor
yeah,
for whatever reason, for an estate or because they can't solve it, so a court appointed solicitor has to handle it. Their costs are set by the court. All the private lawyers, no.
no, they're
No,
vultures. But
they really are.
I have this person still in my life that had to go through court, and even though that person, I'm not going to say he or she, that person, even though they were going through legal aid, they still had to pay like $50 every time they went to go see their lawyer.
Oh
And
yeah.
it's like, it's just like, come on.
Oh, that's well, like, it's messed up. Like, just you can get 600, six lower end. You can get about $500 an hour as a solicitor.
Yeah, then it's like,
But
mm,
But what they don't tell you is these are the firms, and they work these young graduate lawyers to death, like 24/7. They don't sleep, they don't eat. It's it's fucked up.
it
So,
is. It just makes me wonder though,
and
like personally, sorry, go on.
you only get paid. I forget what the payment system, according to how many cases you do. You know that thing. It's like in some times of employment, sort of like you will only get paid this much if you do this much work. If you don't get it paid, well,
Oh, it's
then you
like
don't get
commission.
paid. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
But like, I just think personally, it comes down to like, obviously, if you're going to need a lawyer, you'd want a good lawyer. But for me personally, like, I can sit here where I'm sitting now, and I can, not that I will, so don't worry. I can start throwing questions at you, random questions like, where were you at 6 o'clock last night? Where were you? Blah, 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 blah.
Blah.
And hey, guess what? I'm not going to charge you for asking those kinds of questions. Why? Because A, I'm not a lawyer, but like, fuck, the amount of stuff that people go through to be a lawyer, and it's like you watch them on, like, say, court TV or something like that, and you're looking at it and you're thinking, I can do that, but yeah, I need a degree in that area.
Oh,
I
I
would
have
love to
one.
be a lawyer. I would love it. But I would be
I
one of
know a
those
lot of
people.
people who never went into law after finishing, like, graduating law school because of pressure and burnout and
Yeah, you'd feel very
um,
burnt out from it, but, like,
the
you saying how
psychological
they work
aspect.
around the clock and they don't sleep and they don't eat, that makes me
No,
question,
that's
like,
only like
how.
if they get hired by those.
Yeah,
I'm talking
but
about
that no.
those mega firms.
Yeah, no, that's what I'm
Like,
saying, though, like, that's what trying to get to is the fact that they might say they don't sleep, they don't eat, they don't anything, but I can guarantee you they do. The way they say they work around the clock, what's that, 9 till 5, and then afterwards it's like, "Eh,
well,
I'll take a break." We don't know, though.
I know
I love.
someone for a fact who worked for a law firm. She would get up to go to
Yep.
work, get up in the morning 5 o'clock, arrive at work at 6 o'clock, and not get home till about 2:30 a.m. the next day.
Fuck. Well, for
Yeah.
what it's worth, I admire that lawyer, far out.
Oh, this really scummy law firm. I won't say their name on live, but they're a big one you see in the cities and stuff. They treat all their um, graduate lawyers like that. It's fucking awful.
Yeah. I think when you've got, like, any kind of job where it involves the law, personally, like, even though I don't have anything to do with the law or anything like that, I'm the kind of person that when I can read something in front of me, I'm the kind of person that reads between the lines. I don't read what's actually written above or below. I read, even though there's nothing in between, I try and read between the lines of what's not being said before I form an opinion
Exactly.
on something. So that's just how I do that, even away from the YouTube circle. I always make sure, like, if someone's saying something to me, I'm listening and I'm paying attention, but I'm paying attention to what they're not saying. And I've had a lot of people say to me, "Why do you do that?" And I'm like, because the truth is normally in what they're not saying rather than what they are saying. And yeah, that's just how I've lived my life for like 20 years now. Since I was 21, I always read between the lines of what's not being said. And I've copped a lot of crap for that. Like, how did you know that? I'm like, because I read between the lines, not what's on the lines.
Oh yeah, you got to do that with any sort of mainstream media article these days. Like, I just flicked my eyes over it and I said, "Oh, this is probably what's actually happening," but they framed it like this.
Exactly. And that's what, like, for me personally, like, when I was a kid, I wanted to be a journalist. And I did for many, many, many years. And then I watched my all-time favorite movie, Up Close and Personal, and Robert Redford, for who hasn't seen it, spoiler alert, Robert Redford's character was killed. Changed my
Ah,
tune pretty fucking quick from being a journalist. Then I wanted to be a hairdresser, and I'm like, can't see properly. No, can't do that. Then I wanted to be a lawyer, and I'm like, because I wanted to make money. I wanted to actually have money to my name. No, changed my mind about all of it. Like, people go, I've actually had someone say to me, I can't remember who said it to me. They go, "Have you ever thought about sitting in a courtroom and listening to a trial?" And I'm like, "Nope." And they're like, "Well, why not? You might get some inside information." And it goes, because at the end of the day, if I'm in there, because I have like Barbie blonde hair, and for those who know me on Facebook, yes, that is, you know what I look like with my profile picture, and who's tuned in now and again to my lives when I have gone on camera, you'll see that I've got Barbie blonde hair and I have distinct looks. And with my eyes the way they are, I don't know who's paying attention to me in that courtroom. So that
yeah,
freaks
that's
me
fair
out,
enough.
So I don't do any of that. So
I've sat in them before, but the bigger cases, I don't think they're open to the public anyways.
no, well then that's a good thing. Because, like, I don't want to be leaving and then someone recognizes me. Like, when I was putting a friend of mine was in court and she was going for custody or some kind of crap, and I was actually told to leave the courtroom because I had to do my drops at this time after my first corneal transplant. I had to get these specific drops and I had to put them in my eyes every 3 hours, apart from when I was sleeping. And it was very awkward though, because as I was doing the drops, I actually got told by one of the people one of the police officers or whatever it was, security guards, I was actually told I had to leave the courtroom to do my drops because it could have meant, I could have distracted the lawyers or the judge, and I'm like, how? I'm right back
What
here. There's
the
people
actual F?
exactly, and then when I came back in, I found out after when I was leaving, the security guard calls me over and he goes, the reason that might be is because that might come across as that you're trying to whoever's on the witness stand or anything like that. That might be seen as you're trying to sway them, and you'll say, "Oh, when I do my drops, you need to say this," or "When I do my drops, you need to say that."
Oh,
So
yeah,
it
all the
could, you know what I
formalities,
mean?
yeah.
So I had to actually leave and do my drops, and it was very frustrating.
Oh, definitely. Yeah,
Oh,
actually, just good point, Kitty Witty. That have you ever been called up for jury duty, Tammy?
no, I have not.
I did
And that's
3
for me, that's
times.
what scares me as well. I think personally what needs to happen if there's going to be a jury, there needs to be they need protecting too, because the people that were the jury for the John Bonet case when they wanted to indict the parents and stuff like that, they copped a lot of backlash from that. But then they said, well, we voted to indict, and
Exactly.
then that punsy little dude, I can't remember his freaking name. He goes, "Oh, there'll be no. The jury has finished their research or whatever, and we have chosen to drop all charges against anybody who has been seen as a suspect up at this point, and the list is getting shorter. Shorter soon. There'll be no one on that list but you." And all that sort of stuff. Those people that were on
Yeah.
that particular jury actually copped a lot of backlash. The person who there's a lot of backlash when it comes to being a juror, because you could be recognized by someone coming in there just being on the witness side and being supportive, and they're full on guilty. But when the judge turns around and goes, is this the verdict of all the jurors? I'll be saying your juror number, you stand up and you say yes or you say no. And that's what scares me about being on any kind of jury. Because if you say, yes, I wish to have this SOB in jail, there could
Yeah.
be anyone in that courtroom could be waiting for you outside to basically do away with you because you voted to send their loved one to jail.
Yeah, that's true. That's
So
true.
that's why if I was ever signed up for that, I'd be like, well, I'll just blame my eyesight. That's where my bad eyesight comes into play.
Oh, it's
I'd
really
just be
not
like,
that much. You just got to turn up at the court at this time, and then you wait, and then explain it, and then they'll call you up by your allocated number, and then you walk into the courtroom, and then as they call your name, if one of the solicitors has a problem with like your work or whatever, or potentially
yeah,
being biased because of your previous employment, they'll say something to the effect of stay. And then I was called up 3 times. Each time was either a sexual assault case or a child abuse case.
yeah, see,
And
that's fucked.
none of them, thankfully, I was picked for. Still annoying as hell, though, to
No,
be
it would
called up
be
for
because
nothing and only get paid $14 with transport for wasting my half a morning there. I could have been working.
well, that's nothing. That's like $14. That's like not even the set hourly rate to be working.
Oh, I know, but you get more if you're actually selected and have to sit on the trial. But, just for
I would be
turning up
scared the
there.
whole time, especially if it's a murder case. I'd be so scared. Thinking that even though with all the evidence and stuff like that, the person's guilty, but at the same time, like I said before, you don't know who's sitting in that courtroom that could potentially take note of you because you're the one that's stood up and said, yes, I want this, and several other people are saying no. So obviously they're like, oh, the people that said no, they're safe. But if you voted yes to indict someone and arrest them and imprison them, it would be a very, 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 very nerve-wracking ordeal to have to go through.
Oh, yeah,
TV
definitely.
sometimes on movies, they make it look like it's easy, but yeah, with all the psychopaths out there still running around, that's scary. But how's everything going with you on a totally different note?
Oh, everything here is fine at the moment. The weather's tolerable, humid but tolerable.
Yeah. The weather
Yeah,
here is
that's pretty.
cold.
Oh, I'm jealous. Give me some of your weather.
Oh, I'll be glad to send it to you, but then you'll send me the hot weather, so no thank you.
Oh, damn, you figured me out.
I hope this isn't overstepping here. Mac is in the top part of Australia, not Darwin. So don't even ask if it's Darwin. And I'm in the bottom part of Australia. So that's why we're saying we can't send each other. So I'm not going to say where she's from. I'm just going to say the top part of Australia. That's all I'll say about that. I hope that wasn't out of line, me doing that. Sorry if it was.
It's poof. It's fine. Oh,
Mm.
I think I told you I was able to verify uh, via another person who is um, in the backstage What's Island drama. That account was actually that person.
Oh, it was.
Yes.
Oh, fucking hell.
Oh well. I think it's juvenile, to be honest.
Yeah, very much so. I just don't understand. Like, if you can't go into a chat and be you, not you as in you, but you as in like yourself, stay the fuck away from it. Like, there are people out there who make it their mission to destroy other people because they want to be the only person talking about a case or talking about a person or something like that. It's like
Yeah.
YouTube is worldwide. There's enough room for everybody to talk about everything. But if you're going to disrespect people that I consider friends or people I care about or people that I support, I can't be in your anyone's chat that does that. You know what I mean?
Well,
Like I've
this
heard, sorry, go on.
uh this um this person doesn't even do their own content. They
Exactly.
exactly, they don't. They just use AI
Hmm.
and repeat the same thing over and over again, like endlessly looping. I mean, like, come on, man. Like,
I
he,
just find it very, very sad.
very sad. It's
Yes.
sad, like when so many other channels have, like, moved on or are capable of doing other cases, like,
Mm.
and get, like, but it's like
Yes.
perpetually stuck. Like it's like this person can't, like, I don't know. I don't even know if he's like real. Half the time I wonder if he's real. I mean, he's not just some friggin'
Robot, sideboard.
robot AI manipulated image. Because what's the mentality of going around creating multiple alternate accounts, creating multiple Facebook groups, going around harassing people, hacking people, sending explicit images of their.
I think so, Kitty. I'm not 100%.
Yeah, kitty witty. You probably know. You probably know who I mean. Um, let's say the Army of One creator. Let's call that. You should know that, Kitty.
Hopefully.
Um, hopefully, yeah. So, I mean,
The thing that
multiple
upset me,
accounts.
sorry, go on.
Oh, she does know. Okay, now you do know. Good.
Now, here's the thing that I don't get, okay? Now, there are people out there at the moment, and I don't mean any disrespect to anyone as I say this. There are people out there at the moment that are criticizing and dragging a particular person through the mud. And because of their first publication, and now they've released a second one, and I'm hoping I can talk about this without giving too much away. I can't support channels who are going to disrespect people who want to be able, like, there are people out there, like with the Chris Watts case, there are people out there who have released books, there are people out there who have released articles and all that sort of stuff, but there are so many people out there who disrespect those people. And
Oh,
I
that's true.
personally can't stand that. I won't condone that. If anyone's going to, like, for example, and I'll say her name, if Sherilyn Cadle ever, 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 ever came on my channel, I would want her to be respected.
Well, that's
Regardless if
fair
you think
enough.
she's an idiot, but regardless if you think she's a playwright, whatever. I don't care. She is a guest on my channel, and if you wish to stay in my channel, if she ever decides to be a guest on my channel, you will respect her because she is someone who I think it took a lot of courage to do what she did. And I personally, because I can't find a copy of it anywhere, I personally haven't read Letters from Christopher. I haven't read it because I haven't been able to because of my eyesight.
I have not. I think I didn't so much read it as I heard. I think one of the creators read the whole book out.
Yeah, see, I think that's absolutely disgusting to do that.
Well,
I
that's
think
the
that
only way I could find it. So
yeah, but me personally, like, why would you do that to somebody who has put in the efforts, put their own money up to have it published just to read it out on your channel? Like, I don't get it. I don't understand why
I
people
have
would
no
do that to
idea.
somebody. You know, like
No idea.
I will always have respect for people who put themselves in the firing line to write a book about a true crime that's taken place. I'll always have
Oh yeah.
respect for them because there are people out there who make it their mission to destroy people, such as creators and, you know, who want to destroy authors, who want to destroy other people or just destroy
That's true.
channels. Like, I've been attacked one time since having my channel, and that's 3 years next year, by the way, boys and girls. And I just think it's like I've got off lightly with a lot of things, and
Yeah.
I'm not a big fan of. I can't read books. I can read, obviously, but at the moment with my eyes the way they are, I can't. And so when I used to have my Amazon wish list, I actually had a few, you know, audio books on there. And people would be like, why would you want them for? I'm like, because I can't fucking read books at the moment. Exactly. Everyone has their own opinion, but I just think it's sad
Exactly. True crime.
that it's funny. You call it true crime and I call it Aussie. It's funny.
Oh,
Anywho,
Aussie true crime. I just
no,
call it
it's
Aussie.
as long as you don't call her late for dinner, I don't think she'll mind what we call her. You know, so I personally admire Cheryl
Well,
on a massive amount because she met him, she spoke to him over the phone, she did what she did. She could have easily kept every single thing that they discussed to herself. She could have
well,
kept it
that's
to herself.
true. But I think the problem with Cadle is her first book mainly because there was that whole legal kerfuffle.
Yeah, but at the same time, like, you think about it. If I was to come up here, say tomorrow, which I won't because tomorrow I won't be speaking to pretty much anyone apart from my mum and my brother. Point being, is what I'm making is the fact that whether or not if I was to say the girls were found in the tank submerged in crude oil, we all know that, and
Yeah.
as sad as it is. But the thing is, though, that's information that's already out there. So regardless if someone decided to write what they knew and include some stuff that is already out there, I could be charged with plagiarism as well because, hey, I've just released
Yeah, I
something
know.
that's already out there.
It's a bit
Now,
ridiculous.
it is because she's been dragged through the mud so fucking badly that when I try reaching out to see if she's okay, because like I'm not a sponsor. I'm not a subscriber to these channels who make it their mission to destroy other people. If people want to
Yeah.
hate, but don't
Well,
do it when I'm in chat.
well, I think it's fair to criticize any book, but there's a line between criticism and attacking. You know what I mean? What do they call it?
Yeah,
Fair
no, I
criticism.
agree completely. Like I said, I could honestly now, if I wanted to, which I can't because I've only got the one device at the moment. I could go and read a whole entire article and claim it as my own, but because it's already been published, am I going to get a strike against my name on my channel because of the fact that I've just read word for word of what's happened, regardless of what
Uh,
anyone says? Sorry, go on.
No. Uh, oh no, I just had a fly in front of me that I was trying to blow it away.
I
Sorry.
just think, don't be stop being sorry. It's fine. I think personally that when people want to, like for me, like I said, every single person, whether you've talked about the Watts case once, twice, thrice, whatever, it comes down to the fact that we're all going to be able to say at least 5 or 6 things throughout whatever we talk about the Watts case. We're always going to be able to say we are going to repeat something somebody else has said.
Oh, exactly.
Sherilyn Cadle releasing what she thinks and what she saw and with conversations. Okay, she might have had a conversation with Chris, and that story might already be in the be out there already. But she put it in her book because that's a conversation she had with him,
Well, yeah.
whether it was through a letter or through a phone call. I'm here today
Well,
to say that if I'm ever privileged enough to have Sherilyn on here, I won't put up. If anyone comes in here and starts shit and starts disrespecting her, whether you're a mod or not, you will be removed from my channel. I'm happy to take wrenches away. I'm happy to take anyone who wants to give her shit. I'm glad to do whatever I have to do to protect her. Because she has been dragged, and I mean dragged big time, from what I can gather, from 2 other channels in the last 48 hours. She doesn't deserve that.
2 other channels?
Well, 1.
1. Okay.
Well, when you think about it, not dragged, but they've read her book on their
Oh
channel.
god, a few different channels have read her book now. But
See,
I don't really,
I don't
like I
understand
said,
why people would want to do that to her. She has to make a living just like I do. Like after today, I've been going live, and I'm not saying this to be a bitch. I've been going live now for an hour and 20 minutes, and I'm not saying this to be a cunt. Yes, I said the C word. I have not made a single cent today. I haven't made a single cent from the day before, or the day before that, or the day before that. My point being, though, is the fact that she's an author and she makes a living out of writing her books. And the fact that people want to judge her because, like I said, regardless of what's written in an article,
Plunder.
pardon,
Oh no, I was just
plunder,
looking at what Aussie True
yeah,
Crime said
members
about
only,
plunders.
but still, if it was members only, but the damage has been done though, Aussie. It's really quite. I won't tune into plunder for that reason. Because I know that, like I said, you could have a conversation with me right here, right now, Mac, and what can happen then is the fact that if you go start your YouTube channel, you could then go say something that, like, if I turn around and say, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, dogs and cats, mice and rats, for an example, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then you can go on your channel and you can use that saying too. But then I could say, hey, you copied me. That's copyright infringement, basically, even though it's not. You know
Okay,
what I
now I
mean?
get
So that's like,
yeah.
repeating what you hear word for word, but that doesn't mean that it hasn't been said between you and I when we're talking on the phone away from YouTube. Like you could say, if we were to say, have a phone call after this, and you say, well, what's that saying you go? And I'm like, oh, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, dogs and cats, mice and rats. And I say that to you away from YouTube as well as on YouTube. And then you decide to write a book about the fuckers of YouTube. That would be such a cool title for a book, by the way. You
Oh
know,
yeah. Well, there was I was watching there's some sort of drama going on between
I don't know how to do that, Bluebird. I don't know how to become monetized. I
plunder
honestly
not
don't.
plunder
Yeah, I don't know. Monetized is where
morbid
your
and
channel's protected somewhat, but still, I don't know how to do
morbid
that.
what's this Morbid and some noodle chick or something.
Oh yeah.
Did you hear about that?
No, I choose to stay
That
away
some
from
sort of
drama.
met online, and then she turned up at his house and he wouldn't leave, so he filmed it and put it all over the internet. And I'm like, oh my god, people, like, really, you shouldn't put this kind of crap on the internet.
No, it shouldn't, because once it's there, it's there. Whether
Yeah.
you delete it later, some people can download. You can download from YouTube these days, apparently. But I just don't understand why people want to attack anybody. Like, life is short, life is valuable, and everybody out there has feelings, whether you're a murderer, whether you're a CM or whatever. Every single person has feelings out there, regardless of if they're pure or not. And like I said, I, for one, admire Sherilyn Cadle. I think she's an incredible person. I think she's very brave. Yeah, I don't have 1,000 subs, so nowhere near
Oh, I
that.
thought I had it changed now to only 500. I have no idea.
Neither do I. I go into the YouTube studio and it says, you see, the thing is that I don't want to do on my channel. I don't, okay. Bluebird, if you can, help me understand how that happens, because I don't know how to activate it. But like I said, it comes down to that I don't want anybody, and I mean anybody, and this is where I'm going to need my most trusted mods. Now, I'm going to be giving, I'm not saying to who, but there is going to be someone who's going to be a super mod soon. And that person is going to be keeping it, hopefully, when and if I can ask Sherilyn to join me, or when I'm doing the Ivan Milat stuff more, I am going to be having someone who's going to be known as a super mod for that, because I'm not. And especially if I'm going to have guests that are of the, say, the famous type, I'm going to be having super mods in there, because I need the people that are going to be on panel with me. I need them to feel more protected, not because they're celebrities or anything like that. It's because of the fact that I sometimes miss things, and I
Oh,
want
yeah.
people to feel safe. I don't want people coming into my chat, especially from certain dipshits. And
Oh,
I'm
we
pretty
know
sure you can all
dipshit.
gather who I'm talking about when I say dipshit. I need you all to keep your eyes peeled to the chat when that happens, especially if I can get Sharon to come up here and talk about, and I want her to speak freely. If she's upset about what's happened, I want her to, and this goes for anyone out there. If anyone is doing something that is upsetting you, like Mac and I talk a lot offline, and there is one particular individual that is making her life a fucking misery, and that person needs to grow the fuck up and move on. All right? Because if it doesn't, I personally will make sure it does. Because I'm protecting that. I'm not going to say who it is I'm protecting, but I am protecting this one person in particular from this son of a bitch. And it is getting to the stage where it's like she can't go anywhere without being bullied by this fucktard. Yes, it's a she I'm protecting. And this person needs to grow the fuck up, focus on what you're doing on your channel, and leave my friend alone. You fucking loser. La la.
La la.
Sorry, but it just pisses me off, and it upsets me when the
Oh,
people want to attack people I care about and consider like little sisters. I'm not sure of this person's age, so they might be my big sister, but
little.
I'm little. Yeah.
Yeah, I think they're little.
Yeah. Well, if they're younger than 41, then yes, little sister. But it's fucked up how people think that they can treat other people like crap, and
Ugh.
somehow, some way, it's acceptable to do that.
All I
It's
know
like,
is, like, there is this big shit going down on Facebook. I left all the groups. I just left, and, like, I and I've just heard again from someone else that there's this big behind the scenes argument fight going on between that person and someone else who
yeah.
another creator. So I won't say that creator's name, but yeah. So, and it's still going on. I mean, the case is closed for 5 years, and yeah, I get it. It's fine to talk about it. Like, go for your life. Like, it's not my primary case anymore. But when it gets to like taking it real life, that's
Yeah,
sick.
it is.
That's really sick. You are like, you're using a murder case to and
To line your
to make,
pocket, basically.
yeah, line your pockets. Well, I'm half on, like, if they're making the content themselves and spending hours putting it together and uploading it and doing the research, fine. I have no problem with that. But like, when you're doing it to the degree that you just bully people who
Yeah.
needlessly, like, we're talking, God, hundreds. I've seen like hundreds. Is it in the hundreds now, or close to 100 that this
Yeah, I
person's
would
gone
say
after?
so. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it's sick. I mean, like, I oh,
No, I just think personally what needs to happen is the fact that if you are on YouTube, you need to. This is my opinion, and people can agree to disagree. If you are going to be putting your, oh, by the way, please subscribe to Aussie True Crimes channel. Aussie, if you're still in here, sweetheart, which I'm sure you are, please drop the link to your channel. You're
yeah,
protected in there as well. What?
subscribe, everyone, subscribe. Yeah, man, just subscribe. Preach it.
Gee, I didn't even get
Sorry,
that kind of.
I was trying
That's
to be funny,
okay.
but it wasn't funny.
Yeah, so please, Aussie, please post the link to your channel and just know that when you're in there, you can have your opinion heard as well. She's amazing. She's one of the few people that I've actually had stand by my side since day dot, basically. So she's amazing,
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, I
and
watched
she's
her recent one on Morin. Morin. I didn't catch it
there's a
live,
link, guys. Please
but I
subscribe.
watched the one on Morin. And
Yeah,
Rachel Morin. I still think
yes,
it's the boyfriend who did it.
yeah. Is that the one that was excuse me, the one that was found in the, yeah. She mainly tackles Aussie crimes, and also, just so you all know, she also occasionally, and I hope that doesn't sound like I'm being a bitch, she will do an American case, but she's basically centered to do Aussie crimes because, not many channels out there focus on Aussie crimes. And a
Oh
heads
well,
up,
that's because we don't get Discovery.
exactly. So we can't find
But
out
if
all the
people,
information.
but if people knew the depraved freaking weirdos that we have here, oh my God, like that massive I watched a documentary on it. There was that massive pedophile network on the dark web.
Um,
It was a major sting a few years ago,
Try
and the
not to
guy,
say the
no
whole
joke,
word. Honey, don't
was
say the whole word, just say
what?
CM.
Oh, shivers.
That's
CM.
okay.
The CM was found out to be in Sydney, in Australia. Was the leader of this massive um, CP dark web site.
Oh, is he the
And I'm
one
like,
that
I'm so disgusted.
yeah, it's I think I know the story you're talking about, but I'm not I think it was the one that there's this girl, she had rotten mangoes. There's this girl who does all these kinds of things, and oh man, she's fucking full on into the crime stuff. When I first saw her, I thought she only looks like she's only like 17, 18. And then as my eyes got worse, she looks like she's 50. So that's pretty bad. But no, oh, what was I gonna say? Fuck. It comes to, like I said, if you are going to be putting yourself on YouTube and can we, like, I don't go live a lot because I don't get set amount of hours to go live. I personally
Oh
think it
yeah.
comes.
Can we just
Mhm.
take a commercial break for a second and say, StreamYard, you are way too effing expensive, guys. You guys are just terribly expensive. Too much
Exactly.
expensive.
Exactly. For someone who's on a pension, it's expensive. For people that work, probably not. But the thing is, though, like when I'm going to be doing, and again, Aussie, there's no rush, honey. Aussie has agreed to help me put up stuff when I'm talking in part 2 or part 3 or whatever. When it comes back to the Ivan Milat case, she's agreed to help me put like a little video together and stuff and
Oh,
pictures up and
sweet.
stuff like that. So when you do see all those sorts of things, please know that you can all say like well done, job well done to Aussie for that.
Yeah,
I
we can go Aussie, Aussie, TC. Aussie, Aussie, TC.
Okay. Oh yeah, I was thinking, what the fuck are you talking about? Oh my god, I just had a blonde moment. I'm sorry if anyone did. I was like, TC, what the fuck? I'm like, ugh. On
Well,
the
instead of Aussie, Aussie, oi, oi, it's Aussie, Aussie, TC, TC,
I actually like
TC.
that. That's actually cool. But yeah, so like I've asked her, she's agreed. But like I said, Aussie, there's no pressure at all, honey. Just take your time,
Yeah,
okay?
defo, no pressure. You got my FB now.
Oh, you have till midnight tonight, or fucking go. No, I'm joking. I'm joking. I can't see. I can't even joke, but I'm trying to be like, tough nut. But yeah. But I just don't understand. Like I said, when it comes down to it, I could have a conversation with she's laughing. When I have conversations with Aussie, when I have conversations with Mac, if I have conversations with anyone away from YouTube, and then someone goes and like one of those people that I speak to away from YouTube goes and has a live on their own channel and they quote me, I don't care. It doesn't faze me. But it's amazing how she goes, I have to clip that. Excuse me, shit. COVID. I'm joking. But no, it comes down to that. I just want people to start respecting other people. And like I said, you might not like Sherilyn Cadle, and that's your choice. That's your opinion, and that's the way you feel, and that's fine. But if, and I mean if she comes up here, okay, and decides to be on my channel, if you do not want to see her or speak to her, don't come into that live. Because if you come into that live and you start shit, even if you have a wrench, and this is going to sound like I'm being a total bitch here, don't think that because you have this is for anyone out there who has a wrench, because I don't even know who all of them are. Don't think for 1 second that because you have a wrench on my channel, you're allowed to be an arsehole to whoever's on panel with me. Doesn't work
Yeah,
that way. Your wrench can be taken away as quickly as it was given to you.
yeah, man.
Believe I just want
Sorry, I don't
everybody
know.
to. It's fine. I just want I'm trying to be serious here. You're cracking me up. I want everybody to understand that on my channel, that if I have a guest on here, whether it's Mac, whether it's Aussie, whether it's Sherilyn, whether it's Scott, whether it's anyone, famous or not, if you're going to come into my channel and you're going to disrespect who's ever in chat or who's on panel with me, like I said, just remember, your wrench can be taken away as quickly as it was given to you. And
Yep, snippet, snap,
that's
snap.
not a threat. That's actually a promise. Because whoever I make my super mod, that's my choice, by the way. And the person who I've actually nominated as that already knows who they're going to be. So I've got to figure out how to actually do that. What's going to happen is the fact that they're going to
What
be
is a
keeping.
super mod anyway?
A
Do they
super
wear a
mod
cape?
actually has the rights to actually block or time out a mod. That's pretty much
Oh,
the only improvement that the super mod does. But what's going to happen is the fact that this super mod, I trust all my mods as far as I know, because I don't know who all of them are. But I trust this particular person because of the fact that they've been with me since day dot. And it's not.
gotcha.
It might be Aussie. It might not be. It might be someone else. But what I'm saying is, whoever is on panel with me, please respect. But if I like, put it this way, if I see someone in chat being an asshole towards Mac, if she's up here when Sherilyn is, regardless. The thing is, though, wrenches can be taken away. Blocking is a powerful thing. I can, excuse me, I can actually block people from where I am right now through my phone. I can actually do that very easily. So if anyone out there is thinking of coming in here and starting shit on Mac, on me, on anyone, just remember, just because you're lingering in the background, that doesn't mean I don't see who you are. So if you're here spying for dipshit, you're here spying for ass digger or whatever, if you're here to spy for other people to get content so you can try and clip something as something that's actually going to be used against me, feel free. Because you want to know something? I don't give a fuck. Because if you're coming in here or you're sending in your little minions or your little spies, it's funny. I had 6 or so people in here and it's dropped down to 4. If you're going to send people in here to spy,
funny.
be my guest.
Ironic.
I know, right? I honestly don't give a shit because this is my channel. This is my platform at the moment. So if you're going to come in here and you're going to try and come across as though that you're here for the right reasons, and then you're going to go on the attack of Mac or me or anyone else that's on panel or anyone else that's in chat, wrenches can be taken away as quickly as they're given. Blocking is an amazing feature that I can use up here now. Didn't realize I could, but I can. And I know for a fact that there's one imposter that has come into my life over the last few months, and I'll say the person who Sam the Butcher. I got confirmation, again, not saying from who, but I got confirmation that was the person I believed it was. And if that person ever comes back in here again, they'll be instantly blocked. I can't find the chat where they were. I think they were already blocked anyway. But I want people to feel safe in my chats. I want people to feel like they can come in here and have fun.
You know who is like...
Oh, yes. Well, if I get... You see, that's the thing. Yes, from dipshit. And I don't give a flying fuck. Because at the end of the day, whether you hate me or you love me, I'm on your mind. But I don't care.
Really profound.
I know, right?
Because it's like... It really is profound. That is actually quite profound.
Oh, thank you. I just see it as that, like I said, I've been hated my whole life by pigs. Yeah, pigs at school. Kids, adults, don't care. Animals even hate me. I don't care. I'm not going to go crying myself to sleep because I've been attacked by somebody. You want to go on the attack of me. You think you're going to get a response from me? Here's my response. Grow the fuck up. And actually, if you've got a problem with me, confront me in person. Well, not in person. I'd rather not do that. Confront me through email.
But that would require him to actually have a pair of steel cylinder objects, but he doesn't. Sorry.
No, don't be sorry. It's fine. I just think that there are a lot of people out there men in particular, when I say this because I'm not being sexist, men out there who think they have balls of steel. And no. They really they really don't. They have like balls of like quicksand, like well, I don't give a fuck what people think of me. I'm at that point in my life where, I know this is not blackmail or anything like that, but if I start making a steady income on YouTube, then by all means I might actually start caring a bit more. But I don't make a steady income. I'll finish this live in about 20 minutes and I'll walk away with fucking nothing. And that's the thing that I want people to understand as well, is that I am at the point in my life where like I said, I'm 41 years old. I am going through a lot of crap at the moment with my eyes. I'm going through a lot of crap with my hands. But that's my problem. If you want to help along the way, then by all means, please do. My PayPal's everywhere. It's even pinned to the top of this chat. please feel free to donate. But I'm not. Yeah, but that's right. I'm Miss PayPal.
Oh,
Wow,
who came up with that?
dipshit.
Oh, yeah, yeah. I
Yeah,
shouldn't be surprised.
yeah. But here's the thing, though. Okay, I
Well,
hardly. Hmm?
he is he remember how dipshit made all these promises that was gonna go over there and he was gonna find the truth and he was gonna help who go to court and blah 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 blah.
Yeah, it hasn't really happened,
And
has it?
no, it hasn't. Imagine that.
Yes, and just remember, every single person who donated to him helped fund that trip. Every time that he has
Exactly.
donated money, it has gone from people's donations to him. It's not out of it. Okay, now I don't know this for a fact, but I can almost guarantee it. Anyone who makes a steady income on YouTube, congratulations to start with. I admire people who can dribble the same shit day in, day out and still get money. I find that amazing. The thing is that I've noticed that with people that make good money on YouTube, if they go donate any money to anything, it's not their own money they're using. It's the money
Exactly.
that people are donating to them, and they're using that money to give money. Now, I don't,
Yeah.
like I said, I don't. I've been walking away today without sent to my PayPal account, and that's completely understandable because I've dribbled a lot of crap in different sections and stuff. But at the same time, I would rather know that I can make money by talking about a whole bunch of stuff in one live, even though I've been told that I'm all over the place. But give a fuck. If you follow, you follow. Um, but the thing is, I'm not prepared to, like, if I
Well,
make
I'm all
any
over the
money on
place,
the
so I
Ivan
don't care.
Milat case. Beg your pardon?
I'm all over the place too, so I don't care.
Yeah, well, that's why we're two peas in a pod, though. I just look at it as that I would rather know that if I can make someone laugh or I can help somebody if they're going through something, I would rather know that I can help them and they can look back on it and go, hey, that Tammy girl from that channel, what was it? True Crime Discussions with Tammy. She really actually helped me. And and if I get those kinds of messages from people now and again, even if it's on comments or a message on Messenger or whatever saying, hey, Tammy, your live really cheered me up the other day. That makes me so, so happy to know that I've helped people in that sense. I financially can't help anybody because money's like whatever for
Oh
me.
God, just look on the government website if you want to see how bad it is.
Exactly. And then look at that and think, oh, but you get this much. But you got to remember, like I said before, every single time there's an increase, if you live through community housing or you live through whatever state housing within Australia, your rent goes by income. All right. So
Yep.
if I'm not saying you don't work, Mac, but please forgive me if I'm arrogant for saying this. Say for example, Mac doesn't work and she's through community housing, like me. All right. What will she is working. I'll use the is. What will happen is whatever her paycheck is each week, her rent goes by that. If I don't work and I'm on a pension, my rent goes by that. If Mac by working, if she gets a pay rise, her rent goes up. If she's in community housing, with me, if I get an increase with the pension, if it's say for example, my rent goes up next fortnight. All right. Unfortunately, it's meant to go up by the 8th, but they're going to increase it so it goes for this pay coming up next fortnight, which I don't think is right. But anyway, I'm going to be ringing Centrelink and discussing that. But anyway, long story short, is the fact that,
Oh, good luck getting a hold of Centrelink on the phone, eh?
oh, yeah, I know, right? It's like nearly it's like 3-hour hold, and you've got to
Oh,
make sure you
yeah.
write down what you want to say, even though I can't grip a pen to save my life, to try
If
and
you would
write
like
down what
this,
I want to
please
talk
press
about.
1. If you would like to talk to this, please press 2. For
Exactly.
all
Oh,
other
and then,
general inquiries, please press 3. Hold up.
oh,
All
what
our
about
operators are currently busy right now. Please call again later. Goodbye.
yeah. Or they say if you get through, Please repeat this phrase. In Australia, my voice
Voice
identifies me.
identifies me.
And it's like, what the actual
What the
fuck? It's
fuck?
even more worse when you're out in public, right? And you've actually got to repeat that quote.
In
Now,
Australia, my voice identifies me.
yeah, it's like, does my voice identify me in Australia? I don't know. But what's worse, and this is the worst part, okay, here in Adelaide, which I'm sure they have them all over Australia and all over the world, we have this place in the heart of the city, and it's called Chinatown.
Oh
Now,
yeah, we got one up here too.
yeah. Now, but here's the worst thing. I'm on the phone to Centrelink. And then it comes that recording. Please repeat after me. And you've got to repeat, in Australia, my voice identifies me. And in that, you get people looking at you like they want to fucking rip your heart out and feed it to the fucking stray dog down the road.
Yeah.
They look at you with such distaste, like, how could you be so racist? I'm like, well, that's not the phrase. Oh, and what was it? The other one? Oh, when it first started, it was called, you had to repeat, in Australia. Oh, no, was it? I still call Australia home. And it's like,
Oh
yeah, that's really fucking awkward. Can't really repeat that at the moment. And it's
yeah.
like,
Or the favorite one. All our operators are currently busy right now.
yes.
Thanks for calling. Goodbye.
Yeah, oh, yeah, and call it again later. So what happens then? You call back later, and then you get this recording going, oh, hang on. We have seen you've tried to attempt to call us several times today. Please try
Oh
again tomorrow. And it's like, no, no, no,
no no
no,
no.
no, fuck off. I've been on hold for fucking ages. Or you
Yeah,
get the
and then it
recording.
doesn't matter. Once you get that, we see you've tried to call today message. You
Yep,
won't even get through for the rest of the day. You have to try again in the next morning.
exactly. Or the best thing is when you ring dead on 8:30 here in Adelaide, right? You ring on dead on that time. We have a high volume number of calls at the moment. What the fuck? It's only you've just opened up. Oh, get
Oh,
fucked. You know, and
exactly.
it's very frustrating because it's like I said, you know, when you're walking around and stuff, and you've got to actually then when you used to have to verify your customer reference number, that should bring up all your details. But oh, that's not enough. They need your full name, date of birth, address, and bank you bank with. And it's
Oh, not
like,
only yeah, all your bank details, everything. Like, wow,
yeah,
you want to know what toilet paper I use now or something?
yeah. Oh, okay. Aussies in
No,
Big
I
W.
mean
It
like that's
keeps losing me.
like it,
Okay.
yeah. No, what I mean like is like it feels like soon they'll want to know what type of toilet paper you use.
Exactly. That's how it feels at times. I remember when I had to stop them from asking me all those fucking questions, such because I that's when my eyes were good and I was able to go out and do whatever I wanted to do, and my hands were good. I could do anything. Excuse me. And it would piss me off though, because what would happen is the fact that when they would say certain things, I'll just go, you know what? I go out of the house quite a lot. We got one here too. Oh well, there you go. Every so there you go. Up north and Melbourne and Adelaide, we all have Chinatowns. Yeah. But
Yeah.
like I said, it's awkward though. Now, this is the awkward part though, is that when you're walking, like we have a lot of, how can I put it, scummy areas here in Adelaide, which I'm sure we have all scum all around Australia in scummy
Oh
areas that are
yeah,
known as
bogan
like,
areas, yeah,
yeah,
and all that.
bogan. Well, no, bogans are cool. I like bogans, but I don't like the druggies, you know,
Oh well, I
and you're
don't
walking
know.
past.
Yeah, there's just some no go zones, maybe.
Yeah, that's the
No,
best
that's
way to
an
put it. Yeah.
American thing. Yeah.
No, there's no go zones here in Australia too, trust me. But what would happen is that pisses me off though, is that when you're walking past and you create a password for your account, right? And
Yeah.
it's even worse when it's something really disrespectful.
Yeah.
Like I had one that was what was it? Oh my god, it was something that was really fucked up, and I felt like I was about to be like killed with what my password was, and then I'm like, it's okay, it's all good, just like. But But no, it's seriously in Australia, my voice identifies me. It
Oh,
is I fucking hate that.
oh,
Especially if
so
you've
do
got like
I.
a sore throat and you're ringing up and you're like, in Australia, my voice identifies me. I'm sorry, I didn't recognize that voice. Please try again. What the
Again?
fuck? I've got a sore throat. For fuck's sake, I can't try again. Or when they say to you, when you try and ring up and make a complaint, you do know we have
Oh,
a complaints number for that. Yes, but they're not answering their phone. So I want to
what's
complain
that?
about that too.
What's the other thing? Oh, you don't need to call us. You can now go online and update your
Oh,
information via MyGov.
exactly. Yes.
I don't want to
Press
use
one
fucking
to be sent
MyGov.
a link. Ugh. Oh, yeah. And it's like, I try explaining to them, I'm like, I can't do things online because the screen, regardless of how I adjust the, excuse me, it doesn't matter how much I adjust the screen brightness on my phone, it seems to still be bright. And I said, it hurts my eyes and I'm suffering from eye conditions at the moment, so I'd rather speak to someone. And then one time I got a lady who was really, she was a bitch, to say the least. And she goes,
Oh, yeah.
oh, well, you could have done, this is how she spoke to me, right? I'm like, oh, hi, my name's Tammy. This is my CRN, customer reference number, if people don't know what CRN means. And this is what I'm going to be talking to you about today. Can you help me with this? You do realise, right? You can do that online. And I'm like, yeah, but I've got eye condition that prevents me from looking at a screen for a prolonged period of time. Really? Okay.
Oh,
Well, what can I do for you? And then you hear, so she's obviously chewing gum as she's talking to me. And I'm like, well,
oh
for starters, you
God, you
can
got one
remove
of
the chewing
those.
gum from your mouth. That would be really great, so I can actually hear you properly. And she goes, I'm a smoker, so I have to chew gum between smoke breaks. And I'm like, oh, okay. So what did I do? I lit up a cigarette, like, fucking, fuck you. You're going to chew in my ear like a fucking horse. I'm going to smoke
Oh
while you
yeah.
can't. And,
Uh,
and at the end of it, she goes, you do realise I'm not actually able to help you with that. You have to do that yourself online. And I'm
ugh.
like, can I speak to somebody else, please? One that's preferably not being a carnivore to a piece of chewing gum. Can
Oh
you,
yeah.
and she goes, fine, hold please.
Fine.
And then she hung up on me, and I'm like, oh, you
What, you
fucking cunt.
fucking cow.
Oh no, I say the see you next Tuesday word. I was so
Oh,
angry. And then when I rang back, I was like really fuming. And then I got this really beautiful, I would say middle-aged woman. She goes, oh, let me help you with that, dear. You do know. So before you say, I know I can do it online, she goes, well, would you like me to do it for you? All I'm going to ask for is hey, Kerry. She goes, all I'm going to ask is that you just talk a bit slower to me. So I make sure I get everything down. And then after I've typed everything into your file, I'm going to read it back to you. And then if there's anything I've forgotten, you need to tell me. And I'm like, yep, sounds good. And then she goes, hold on a moment. And then you hear her taking a big drink of water. And just goes, so she goes, oh, sorry about that, dear, but I've just got a bit of a sore throat today. And I'm like, why are you apologizing? She goes, oh, because I had a sip of water while we were on the phone, and apparently that's not allowed. And I'm like, drink beer on the phone all I can. Just, like, it's fine.
yeah. But I swear, like it's like,
Oh, I'll
oh,
try my best to, Kerry.
it's like when you ring them up, it's like so many times they're like, don't forget to bring your customer reference card with you. Man, trying to get a hold of you, you have to speak that fucking number so many times you can just run it off without
Oh,
even thinking.
exactly. Like I got told one time, and this is from a former friend, no longer my friend. She goes, "How is it that you can remember?" She goes, "I mean, this directed just for you here, Tammy." And I'm like, okay. She goes, "How is it that you don't remember numbers, so to speak, in your mind, but yet you remember your customer reference number and you remember your mobile phone number?" And I'm like, okay, which one would you like me to answer first? And she goes, well, how do you remember your customer reference number? Now, my customer reference number, the first three numbers are the same as the last three numbers. And then there's only three numbers basically I need to remember. She goes, oh, but how do you remember the letter? And I said, oh, because I think of you with it. And she goes, why is that? I said, because you're a see you next Tuesday. And she goes, so, and she goes, oh, so what's the letter? I'm like, wow, really far out. I said, because you're a, and yeah. And she was kind of offended, but then, I said, oh, I'll just call you a cat. And she goes, why would you do that? I said, well, you're a cat in a fight that's, out of a paper bag. And she goes, what's that supposed to mean? I'm like, you're a fucking pussy. She goes, oh. I'm like, fuck. No,
You know what?
she's no longer my friend, by the way. She's a cow. There you go. Should have just said cow.
Another place that is really annoying to deal with is Menulog.
Oh, definitely
The
agree with that.
rare occasion I've gotten Menulog. Hi, I've ordered this. Get something completely fucking different. Contact them. Oh, you need to contact the restaurant. No, how can you get my order fucking wrong? You've got it there on your fucking phone data thing. How did you get my stupid order for a drink and a burger mixed up with some fucking KFC or some shit? I don't know.
Like, I'll put it to you this way: if I ordered McDonald's and KFC came to me instead, I'd be like, "So what?" But
I rang up, I emailed, I lost my cool, man. Like I said, you can literally fucking kill people by getting their orders wrong. Like allergies and shit. Like
exactly. Okay, now this is. Yeah, well, here's what's worse. Okay, my last bit of money this fortnight, I ordered a few things to be delivered because, once again, I had to pay money to my cleaner and my gardener this fortnight. So money this fortnight, as far as doing a decent grocery shop, was really, really freaking skimp. Anyway, so then what happened is that I ordered with my last bit of money. Now, I don't know if anyone out there can relate to this. I absolutely love pickled ginger. I absolutely fucking love it. All right. And like, if I can buy a packet of it, I'll eat that like it's a bag of chips. No qualms about it.
Pickled ginger. Is that like the ginger lollies?
Pickled ginger is what you get when you sometimes get sushi, and you get this little packet of ginger that's been pickled, and it's nothing like the crystallized ginger. No.
Oh, okay, it's different. Though.
Yeah, but it's absolutely beautiful. I don't like crystallized ginger. I think it's disgusting. But pickled ginger, absolutely love it. Anyway, so I ordered some of them, some avocado, and some avocados. Sorry, and a packet. And you would think, oh, how can you afford that? Very easily. And I ordered also a packet of salmon and some iceberg lettuce because I was going to stretch that over the next few days and have that. And I thought that'd be a good little salad thing because I had cherry tomatoes and cucumber already in my in my refrigerator. Now, and then I ordered some what do you call it? Some soy sauce and some of that Japanese mayonnaise that you can buy. And it was absolutely.
I know the stuff. Yeah.
Yeah, it comes like in a tear shaped thing, squeezy bottle. Absolutely love that mayonnaise when I'm cooking, like making a salad with
Dijon?
it. Yeah.
Is it called Dijon, or am I thinking of something else?
You might be thinking of something else. It comes in like a cellophane packaging, but then when you take it out, it's like got a red lid, and it's like in a squeezy kind of bottle.
Those little, sort of plastic fish.
That's the soy sauce.
Oh, that's the soy sauce.
I'm talking about Japanese mayo. If you go onto your Coles online and just type in Japanese mayo, I think it's like, I can't remember how it's spelled. But anyway, I ordered all of that, all right, because I was really looking forward to making this. It never showed up, even though it was marked as delivered. Never showed. Oh, and sorry, and some udon noodles. So I could have one with just about the noodles for us. Yes, I think that's it.
Okay, Chipotle mayo. Yep.
Yep. And what happened is that, like I said, it never showed up.
Oh,
Right
fuck that.
now, I was really pissed off about this. Now, I requested a refund to be put back into my bank account, right? So that I could order like a pizza or something like that. Oh, hell no. They returned the money, but they gave it to me as Uber cash.
Oh, fuck that, man.
Now, I was so fucking angry. And then to top it off, though, because the reason I was angry, and people go, oh, yeah, but you got your refund, so what does it matter? It matters because I wanted to actually, for the first time in a very long time, I actually wanted to attempt to ride my bike down to Drake's and get it. That's a supermarket here in Adelaide. I wanted to go down there and get like a hot chicken and some salads and stuff like that. Didn't happen because of the fact that I'm not paying $7 just for delivery for a few things from Drake's. Refuse to pay that
They
much.
should give you your money back, period. There should be none of this voucher shit.
Exactly. Yeah. And then the other night, I can't remember which night it was, but I had to go down to the servo to get a few things I needed to get. And what happened is that as soon as I got in the car, I could smell that the driver had been drinking.
Oh, fuck, yeah.
And I've tried calling Uber to put in a report about that because that's something that a driver turns up to pick up a passenger, whether they've been drinking, because you know when you can smell alcohol on someone's breath, but then it's mixed with their own dental problems, and you can actually still smell the
Yeah, yeah,
alcohol.
yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's what was happening with me. And he went the completely wrong way to where I wanted to go. Completely disregarded the fact that the fare ended up costing me $5 more than it should have by him going the wrong way, and asking to be dropped off closer to my unit block so that I wouldn't have to. Because when I'm going out, I know it sounds bad. If I'm going to a servo, I just quickly duck in, duck out, and I don't see the point in putting on shoes. Because what's the point? I'm not going to dirty another pair of socks just to take them off and then have to put them in the wash later. Anyway, so then what happened is that he's waiting there, and as I get back into what do you call it, the car, he goes, "Oh, so you're ready?" And instead of before I even had a chance to buckle up, he had reversed in such speed with it. Is that before I even had a chance to find the seatbelt part for my seatbelt to click into, I was already halfway up the hill to get home.
Jeez.
And it was just like driving like a tool bag. Yeah, toss bag, I should say. It was pretty freaking scary. So I've been trying to get a hold of Uber to get that either an
Reported?
apology from the driver or a refund for my fare, because I should, or at least the $5, because it normally would only cost me $6 to go to the servo and back again. But this
Yeah.
time it cost obviously more than that, and I'm pissed about that. But they're not
Oh,
returning my
definitely.
messages. So, Kerry, I
Well,
hope I am entertaining you, and I'm sorry if I'm not. She's, it's 4 a.m. where she is,
oh,
and I'm apparently her bedtime entertainment.
oh, nice.
I do say sorry wholeheartedly to your partner, who's probably lying next to you at the moment, knowing that I entertain you more than they do. That's so I apologise to them wholeheartedly if they take offence, but no, it's like yeah, it's like Nelson from The Simpsons. I love doing that. I used to love doing that when I was in my 20s. Anytime someone pissed me off, I would just be going, and they're like, "You sound like Nelson." I'm like, "Yep, that's cool. Thank you." And then you've got Ralph who goes, "I choose you."
uh,
But
or
yeah,
there's
no,
what's
like,
this?
I love
Oh,
doing voices.
there you guys. I'm going home.
Oh, sorry, Kerry. She goes, "I'm single, so no partner there."
Oh,
That's
well, I could
in a
only
way,
sort of
that's a
do a
good
cop
thing. Partners are a waste of
Cartman
fucking
impression.
time half the time. Sometimes they're good. Sometimes they're just assholes, and sometimes you just want to rip off your own arm so you got something to fucking hit the bastards with.
Oh yeah.
Like I'm happy the way my life is. Everything that's happening in my life, I'm happy with that. But I'm just pissed off, like I said, that my fare came to more than it should have because the driver doesn't know how to actually take directions. And plus,
Exactly.
considering it's on, like, okay, for those who don't know, Uber's like a ride share where you book a car to pick you up, and then basically it picks you up, takes you where you want to go, and then if you put in the return fare, then they bring you back. Now, the thing is, though, a lot of the drivers that I get, because the fare is so cheap to get to the servo from my house, because I ain't walking around at night. So, and considering my eyes are the way they are, that's also why I won't do what I'm, walking around.
Hey, Tammy, I gotta
Now,
step down.
okay, if you like. All right. Well, thank you for coming up,
Oh,
Dal.
I gotta go. Go see the shops. Get myself some food.
Yeah, see, I would do that, but my order didn't turn up, so I can't.
No, they fucking suck.
All right, honey. Well, you have a great afternoon.
Will do. You too, Tammy.
Thank you
Thanks
so
for
much for
having
coming
me
up
up.
here, Dal. You're welcome.
Not a problem.
All right.
I'll
A
talk
gas
to you
station,
later.
Kerry. All right. See you, sweetheart.
See you. Bye.
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 Bye. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye. Oh, sorry. A servo is like a gas station, Kerry. Bye. Bye. See, I could do that forever with someone. I could just have someone come up and go on panel over the entire live. Just start off with hi, talk for a little bit, and then just spend the rest of the live going, bye, 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 bye. And the only way I would actually stop is if someone put money in my PayPal. I'm joking. But no, like I said, it comes down to the fact that you have a responsibility when you're driving on the roads. And clearly that's just give me one sec, guys. I just got to quickly check something. Give me a sec. Sorry about that. I just had to check something because I thought I heard the ching of after PayPal, and I didn't. But for those who don't know, did you know that Temu and Shein or Shine, however you pronounce it, now do Afterpay? So that's pretty fucking awesome. I'm hoping I can do like I was going to say, if I got money in my PayPal today, I would have done an Afterpay you call it thing, because there's a few things. Excuse me. There's a few things I'd like to be able to get. Seriously, Boo Bird, you don't know what you're missing. You never bought anything off eBay or anything like that. Okay. But like I said, I hope I wasn't too rude before when I was saying about how if I ever have anyone of the famous type on here, I want people to respect them. I'm sorry if anyone took offense to that, but that's just how I feel about it. But going forward, though, I am hoping, and I mean, I'm really, 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 really hoping that I can, what do you call it? Fuck. Gotta try to remember how to word things. Ooh, excuse me. I'm hoping that I can get some sleep tonight because I'm very tired. But I might have an afternoon nap and then just start cleaning up my kitchen a bit later on. I don't have patience for anything today. I'm so hungry and I'm so tired. Yes, I said I'm hungry because talking about food before, thank you, Mac. Love you lots, honey, but thank you. She's actually made me want to order in, but I've got no money now because of the fact, well, I do, but I don't, if that makes sense. I don't have enough to order what I want. But I'm hoping. Oh, okay. But that's a good thing, Bluebird, because as soon as you fall into the trap to buy one thing off online, you're more inclined to want to buy more. Not of just that one item, but you see it, personally, you see it as this. Ooh, excuse me. Once you develop a taste for buying online, you never want to go back to not doing it. There's this stuff that, okay, here's a quick thing for you all to know. I found, this ad came across me on TikTok as well as here on YouTube. Well, yeah, because we're streaming to go to YouTube. And what happens is that they advertise this bottle stuff that's basically smoothing leave-in conditioner. All right. Have you ever ordered Uber Eats, DoorDash, or Menulog Bluebird? That's what I'd like to know, because if you have, then you have ordered online. Anyway, as I was saying, it's this smoothing leave-in conditioner, and they advertise it. But here's something that's the thing that makes me laugh is that they're 100 ml bottles, right? As in 100 milliliters, not 100 million. And what happens is they advertise. This is when I first saw the ad. They advertise them on this page, and they're like 15, 16, even up to 20 something dollars a bottle, right? And then a certain amount of money for postage. I went on to Temu and found exactly the same thing at $5 a bottle. Now I want to try it, but my worry is that if I try it and I like it, what is the likelihood that Temu will have them again? Far out, Bluebird. You have more courage than I do, sweetheart, because I would absolutely love to. If I had the money, I would be ordering right here, right now, as I'm talking to you all on the phone. That's how hungry I am. But no, shit happens. But anyway, long story short of things, like I said, that's just me though. But I worry about that. If what's this? Oh, Facebook telling me that I have memories for today. Right, thank you. I'm glad. Thank you. That's good to know. Excuse me. Far out. This is what's weird. I'm craving about 4 different places I want to order from. KFC, because of the chicken, obviously. Then there's Zamberto's, which is a burrito place that also I love. And then there's this place where I could go through Coles online and order a bunch of salads, reorder, I should say, a bunch of salad stuff and all that kind of crap. So that would be good, right? And then there's what's it called? Grilled, which is a burger joint. Oh, 4. And then there's this what do you call it? This Thai place up the road that I absolutely love. But excuse me, but that's not likely to go to happen. So I will have to go and have 2-minute noodles again. Yum, right? But if you do want to help me, please feel free to. PayPal is pinned to the top of the page as far as I'm aware. And I haven't eaten Macca's, KFC, etc. for over 20 years. Oh, wow. Well, Bluebird, I admire your restraint because trust me, if I could order in right here, right now, I would. Because my hands are in so much agony that I don't even want to try and cooking anything major. But I'm starving, so I'm going to have to. And I'm going to have to go, guys, because I'm hungry and I need to go and eat. I haven't eaten since about 5, 6 o'clock last night, so fingers crossed I can make something and it's going to be actually filling, but I don't like my chances. That's all I have to say about that. But I want you all to know that I appreciate all of you. You all have a special place in my heart. Thank you, Mac, for being on panel with me and making me laugh. I won't be live. I was going to do a live tomorrow, which would have been the 27th for me, but I'm not going to because the 27th marks of November marks 12 years since my grandmother passed away. And I need to be available if my mum needs me to talk to me or my brother needs me for anything. I need to be available for them. And it's okay, Bluebirds. I love when I say I'm in pain and people go, I'm sorry you're in pain, Tammy. It's fine. You didn't cause the pain. But thank you, Bluebird. That's really sweet. But no, I'm just at the point in life now where I need to dedicate more time to my mum and to my brother. And there are times where I won't go live for a while because, like, tomorrow's going to be a hard day for me. That's a given. It's going to be a hard day for my mum. It's going to be a hard day for my brother. It's going to be a hard day for all that knew my grandmother. As much as I know she's at peace now, I miss her every fucking day. Not that I speak to the person much, but I'm sure my sister does, and my grandmother was one of the very few people who I looked to for guidance. I looked to her as though, and I'm not just saying this in case my mum's listening or anything, but my mum doesn't actually know this about what I think though, but my grandmother was in a lot of ways, she was a hero to me because she gave me my mum, and even though in death, I'll always be thankful to my grandmother for that. She'll always be a hero to me for that. My mother and I don't always see eye to eye, and we don't always get along, but she's my mum and I love her. And I treasure getting to know her, if that makes sense. I look at how far my mum's come. My grandmother died in 2010, October 27th, 2010. My mum has never gotten over that because my mum and my grandmother were like sisters, aka best friends, and mother all rolled into one. And I admire that about with my mum is the fact that she can still smile after losing her mum. She can still laugh after losing her mum. But then you fast forward 3 or so weeks later, or about 4 weeks later, I should say, the 23rd of December of the same year of 2010, my mum lost my dad. He passed away. It's not like she took him out somewhere and she lost him. No, my dad passed away in December of 2010. And since then, my mum's been lost and my mum's been hurt by countless people. And I refuse to be one of those people that will hurt her. I'll never hurt my mother. I'll do everything in my power to protect her. I'll do everything in my power to protect every single member of my family if I had to. But my mum still opens her eyes every day and takes a breath in and takes a breath out, releases that breath. And I am very, very thankful that she does that. I am thankful to every single person who has come into my life, whether you're good, bad, ugly, fugly, or handsome and pretty. I'm thankful to every single one of you that remembers to take that first breath in the morning and exhales that breath. I'm thankful to all of you. And to all of you, a good night.